But one of the biggest issues that we had mentioned leading up to this interview was whether or not Tucker Carlson would ask about Evan Gershkovich, the Wall Street Journal reporter who has been in jail for just about a year. Turns out Tucker Carlson not only did ask Putin about this journalist, but actually requested that Putin release him into his custody as a sign of good faith to return home. Bravo, Tucker Carlson. Wow. And Putin made the biggest mistake of the night. He said no. He did say a deal could be made. Interestingly, he went on to say that this 30, I believe he's 32. Yeah, he was caught red-handed with classified information, and he was under the direction of U.S. agencies. He may be a journalist, but we know who's really pulling the strings, and he was seeking secret government information, confidential classified information, which basically makes him a spy. Now, I'll just say this. The big narrative leading up to this interview was that Tucker Carlson was a mouthpiece for Vladimir Putin, and that Vladimir Putin was going to lie, propagandize to justify his invasion of Ukraine, and not to believe him. The fear was that Tucker Carlson was giving a platform to a war criminal. Imagine how bad it would have been for the Western media and the press when they were forced to report Tucker Carlson returns home with Evan Gershkovich, saving his life from Russian jail. Vladimir Putin agrees in a good faith effort and returns the American journalist home. Tucker Carlson would have taken the headlines across the board. The interview would become the biggest, bigger than it already is, and it would put everything Putin says on a pedestal. But Putin made that mistake, and he said, hey, what do I get out of it? Well, think about it. Putin should have just said, absolutely, Mr. Carlson, I want you, because then when Tucker Carlson's plane landed, every news outlet in the country would have a reporter waiting at the airport. There would be 10,000 cameras. Tucker, what happened? Evan, what's going on? And everything then said in the interview would be 1,000-fold.
Wow. I think Putin's a straight up extremely cynical political actor, however. And if he was able to get for Brittany Griner, he traded Victor Bout for that. I'm reading it was only in December 2022. So Putin knows he could get a lot for this journalist, and I think he knows, and we're going to be seeing more of this around the world. China's going to be doing more of this, or has been doing a lot of this too. We're going to be see a lot of this happening in Iran too, but kidnapping and then these rogue, cynical political regimes trying to exchange those for political prisoners that are serving in the U.S. who are actual criminals. I don't believe this Wall Street Journal, Evan Gershkovich, he's only, I think, 32, is any sort of spy. Journalism is illegal in Russia. So I think I need to commend Tucker Carlson for even asking about this, though. I need to give him credit, especially with all the hype surrounding this interview and leading up to it. I don't know. So again, right after commending Tucker, I do have to say, though, when he did interview Kanye, he did cut out certain portions. I don't know if this is the full interview that he did conduct. I don't know if in the next couple of weeks we're going to see a leak of other footage go down, but I wasn't able to see all of it. But from what I saw, I think Tucker did a relatively fair job.
Did he didn't bring up Snowden at all, did he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's kind of been under the radar, Snowden over in Russia.
Also, what's her name that accused Joe Biden of sexual assault? Tara Reid. She's in Russia. But
yeah,
I don't want to derail away
from.
She
fled to Russia.
Yeah, she's there now. She just did an interview with God. Who was it? Was it Ivory Hecker? She did an interview with somebody.
I can't believe Putin didn't just say yeah.
Yeah, that would have been truly epic, and I don't think he had considered that.
Well, he could get so much for it.
And he's
he
on
got
the
Victor
spot.
Bout.
No, but I understand what you're saying. That's
you want
true.
Plus
He got
15 goodwill.
He got the merchant of death for a WNBA player. I mean, it's crazy. But just think about. I mean, in this interview, we'll get into this in greater detail. He said that he approached Bill Clinton about joining NATO, and that Clinton said, "Yeah, actually, yes." But then later that night came back and said, "You know what? We talked about it. No, it's not going to happen."